Hi, this is Julie Campbell with Two Peas in a Bucket, and today I have another Finally Friday card tutorial for you. I'm going to be using some of my favorite products from the Two Piece shop. One of the things I've just recently picked up is this Fiskars punch. It's the Jenny Bolin Blue Ribbon Punch. And if you can see, it has like a little medallion on the top, and then it's got the two ribbon tails. I'm going to be using that with a couple of different paper pads. This one is the 6x6 paper pad by Crate Paper called Paper Hearts. And then this one is the Clementine collection. It's also 6x6 by Cosmo Cricket. And I chose these because they kind of have similar shades and they really work well together. So what we're going to do, we're just going to punch out a few different punches from each paper pad. And these punches are really easy to use. I'll show you here. You just squeeze the handle and out flies your little blue ribbons here. So I'm just going to keep punching different patterns, and we'll have a nice little collection here. Okay, now I have a pretty good assortment to work with, so I'm just going to set these papers aside. And I wanted to show you, even though this is called a blue ribbon punch, the thing I really like about this punch is that you can use these shapes to do all kinds of different things. So instead of making the traditional blue ribbon shape, which would be obviously the the medallion on top with the tails, like this, I'm going to show you how you can create a banner with this, with these same pieces. So I'm just going to go through my stack here and just kind of lay out. I just want to vary the design. I want to make sure that I don't have two banners sitting right next to each other that are the same color. And then I also just kind of want to vary the medallions and the tails. So what I'm going to do, I'm trying to make a banner that goes from the top corner over and then comes back down this direction. So I'm just kind of just eyeballing everything, trying to get it in an arrangement that I like. Okay, so I'm thinking something like this would fill the page pretty nicely. So as you can see, you're going to have several different little pieces of the banner left over, which is fine. You can do several cards at once and then go ahead and use all of these up, or just save them for another project. So I'm just going to set those aside also. There's lots of different ways you could adhere the little banners onto your card. You could use a little liquid glue, you could use a tape runner, but today I'm just going to use a little bit of spray adhesive. So I'm just going to place them on I just have a scratch piece of cardboard here just to help protect my work surface a little bit. And I'm going to be using this is Elmer's Craft Bond spray adhesive. It's just a multi-purpose glue that I like to use when I'm using little tiny pieces, because it's going to put adhesive over the entire piece, and it's just really quick and easy. I got this at our local Walmart, so I'm sure you could find it just about anywhere. And it doesn't take much. As you can see, they're flying. I usually work with a large box, so an empty box, so I'm trying to take up less space for the video. It doesn't work quite as nicely when I'm doing it this way, but if you're doing this at home, I would suggest maybe doing something like that with just using a large empty box, or maybe if you have a larger area or a craft mat or something that you could work off of. Okay. So now I'm just going to, I've got this little tweezer here, trying to not get too sticky. So I'm just going to go ahead and place these onto my card. I like this glue because once you let it sit and dry, it's going to have a nice permanent bond. But as we're working with it, it allows some give and play, so which is nice in case you want to maneuver things around just a little bit. Okay, so now we have our banners lightly adhered in place, and what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go over to my sewing machine and I'm going to just use a basic stitch. We're going to go from this top corner down along the tops of these banners and then back down across the top of the banners below. Okay, after you do that, you're going to end up with a piece that looks like this. And now what we're going to do, I wanted to make this little banner look like it's being held by a couple of birds. So I'm going to use a scratch piece of cardstock, and I'm going to pull out a stamp set here. This is called Bannerific. It's a stamp set from Lawn Fawn, and it's got two birds here that are going to be working perfectly with what I want to do. So I'm just going to remove those and stamp those using black ink onto white cardstock. Okay, so there's one. I'm just going to use the same black and stamp the other. Okay, once you have those stamped, then you just need to trim out your birds. And just to save time, I went ahead and trimmed out a couple of these birds right here. And so what we want to do, I want to make it look like we've got one bird on this end that's kind of holding up the banner this direction, and then a bird over here that's doing the same thing. And then just to give it a little visual appeal, I'm going to adhere them to this cardstock base using some pop dots. So you just kind of want to get their beak along that seam line. Alright, now I'm going to adhere this card base onto a mat to give it a little bit of color. Let's see, I'm going to get my adhesive. And I'm just going to use this piece of scrap paper. You can see that I've used this before, but I did cut it down to size, and you're not going to be able to see those little marks anyway, so we'll just get that covered up. Then I'm going to adhere this panel onto some additional pattern paper. Alright, I'm going to adhere that to the card base. Okay, now at this point we just need to add a sentiment onto our card. I'm going to pull out another stamp set. This is called Love and Breakfast. It's also by Lawn Fawn, and it's a really great set definitely for Valentine's Day. It's got all kinds of different lovey-dovey sentiments on it, but it's perfect really for all kinds of different things. You could do even like a Mother's Day card using this bed and breakfast set. There's just lots of cute things you could do with it, but what we're going to be using it for is this tiny little I love you scripted sentiment here at the bottom. And I just wanted to keep our card just kind of crisp and clean, so I'm just going to use the plain black ink and stamp that down in the corner. So there was a very quick and simple, cute little card that would be perfect for Valentine's Day. Definitely if you wanted to switch out the sentiment, this could be a birthday card, this could be even a wedding card, a get well card. It is a very versatile card design. So I hope you give this a try. I hope that maybe you try your punches and use them in some unique ways. And I would love to see what you come up with. So I hope you have a great Friday, and thank you for watching this card tutorial video.